If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. It's official. The Cleveland Browns have just made one of the biggest splashes of the offseason, and the entire NFL world is buzzing. Justin Jefferson, the All-Pro wide receiver formerly of the Minnesota Vikings, has signed with the Browns in a move that's as bold as it is shocking. This is not just a free agent acquisition. This is a full-blown statement to the rest of the league. Cleveland isn't here to participate. They're here to take over. After weeks of speculation, behind-the-scenes negotiations, and social media whispers, the deal was finally confirmed. Jefferson will be wearing brown and orange next season, and during his introductory press conference, he didn't mince words. "I want to make history in Cleveland." That's not just confidence. That's a declaration of war on mediocrity, on expectations, and on the ghosts of seasons past. And for Browns fans, this might be the beginning of something they've waited a lifetime to see. For years, Cleveland has carried the weight of its own tortured legacy. Heartbreaks, rebuilds, and what-ifs that piled up like snow off Lake Erie. Even the franchise's modern resurgence under Kevin Stefanski, with its rugged defense and a playoff win in 2020, always seemed one piece short of greatness. That missing piece, an elite, game-breaking wide receiver who could flip the field on any given down, dominate coverage, and strike fear into the heart of defensive coordinators. And now, with Justin Jefferson in the mix, the Browns may finally have that piece. His combination of route running, hands, and after-the-catch explosiveness is rare. He's not just a wide receiver. He's an offense unto himself. Pair that with Deshaun Watson, who'll now have no excuses entering his make-or-break season, and Cleveland's offense could evolve from functional to ferocious. What's striking about Jefferson's move is the mindset he brings. This isn't a player chasing a payday or coasting off reputation. This is a 25-year-old superstar entering his prime, looking for a new challenge. "I want to be remembered as the guy who changed it all here," he said, eyes locked in as he spoke. Not just wins. I'm talking about a legacy. You could feel the gravity of his words. This wasn't about flashy catchphrases or sound bites. It was personal. He understands what Cleveland represents, the hunger, the history, the hurt, and he's embracing it. That kind of buy-in from a player of his stature is rare. Most stars look for comfort. Jefferson is looking for meaning. And that might be the most dangerous thing of all for the rest of the AFC North. On the field, Jefferson changes everything. Opposing defenses will no longer be able to stack the box or send heavy blitzes without risking disaster. His presence will stretch secondaries, opening lanes for the run game and easing the burden on Watson. Elijah Moore, Amari Cooper, and David Njoku will all benefit from softer coverage, more space, and better matchups. It's a domino effect of danger. And let's not forget about Jerome Ford, who quietly impressed last season and now could feast with lighter defensive fronts. This offense suddenly has layers. It's no longer predictable or one-dimensional. It's dynamic, versatile, and lethal, at least on paper. But football isn't played on paper. That's why Jefferson's leadership might be just as important as his stat line. His attitude, his preparation, his fire, those things set tones, shift cultures, and elevate locker rooms. Behind the scenes, sources say this move didn't happen overnight. The Browns front office, led by Andrew Berry, had been monitoring the situation in Minnesota for months. With the Vikings pivoting toward a rebuild and Jefferson reportedly frustrated by uncertainty at quarterback, the timing was perfect. Berry pounced. The negotiations were quiet, surgical, and aggressive. Cleveland knew what it wanted, and it wasn't afraid to pay the price. Details of the contract are still emerging, but early reports suggest a long-term deal that makes Jefferson one of the highest-paid non-quarterbacks in the league. And rightly so. Talent like his doesn't just elevate a team, it redefines it. This wasn't just a signing. It was a shift in identity, a shift toward relevance, expectation, and pressure, the good kind. The kind championship teams welcome. Of course, nothing in Cleveland ever comes easy. The city knows that better than anyone. For every new beginning, there's a long shadow cast by history. The question now is whether Jefferson's arrival can finally be the catalyst that turns years of potential into true progress. Browns fans have learned to be cautiously optimistic, their passion forged by decades of disappointment. But this one feels different. Maybe it's because Jefferson isn't promising miracles. He's promising work. He's promising purpose. "I'm not coming here to talk," he said. "I'm coming here to work, to win, to build something that lasts." And in a league that changes faster than the weather on the shores of Lake Erie, that kind of mentality is gold. Not hype, not hope, just hunger. Real hunger. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. And what about the locker room? By all accounts, Jefferson's arrival has already ignited something. Players are buzzing. Coaches are recalibrating. There's a renewed energy inside the facility in Berea, like the first spark of a fire that might become an inferno. Training camp isn't for months, but the tone has already shifted. This is now a team that expects more, not just from Jefferson, but from everyone. And that's the beauty of adding a player like this. It's not just about touchdowns and highlight reels. It's about standards, about raising the bar, about changing what's acceptable. Veterans notice that. Young players absorb it. And if this thing clicks the way it could, Cleveland could be in for a season fans talk about for years to come. There's also the broader message this sends to the league. For too long, Cleveland was seen as a place where careers went to stall, not shine. But now it's a destination. A place where stars want to build legacies, not just collect checks. The Browns are no longer begging for respect. They're demanding it. With a top-tier defense led by Myles Garrett, and now a potentially elite offense spearheaded by Jefferson, this team has balance, swagger, and bite. The AFC North is brutal. Burrow in Cincinnati, Lamar in Baltimore, and a rising Steelers squad. But Cleveland is ready to punch back. And they're doing it with one of the most electric weapons in the entire sport. Still, as thrilling as this is, expectations must be managed. One player doesn't win championships. One off-season move doesn't erase decades of frustration. But what it can do, what Jefferson can do, is change the course. Shift the narrative. Inject belief. Browns fans don't need perfection. They need passion. They need purpose. And for the first time in a long time, they've got both. This isn't just a signing. It's a signal that the Browns are tired of waiting, tired of excuses, tired of almosts. They want it all, and they just brought in a guy who believes he can help deliver it. Now, it's time to go prove it, snap by snap, week by week. As for Jefferson, he knows the spotlight's only going to grow. Every drop, every route, every word will be dissected. But he welcomes that. "Pressure is a privilege," he said. And in that moment, you could almost hear the city exhale. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the guy, the one who doesn't flinch, the one who leans into the storm instead of running from it. And if Jefferson does what he says he came to do, make history, then this won't just be another chapter in Browns lore. It'll be the one that finally rewrites the ending, the one that turns heartbreak into heartbeats, struggle into celebration, and a long-suffering fan base into believers once and for all. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!